Good evening and welcome to CROW LAX TV. My name is Keenan and I'm going to take you the distance tonight for the visiting Beaumont Outlaws at the St. Albert Crude. Crude coming into tonight's matchup 3-5-0, sitting third in the North Division. Beaumont 2-5-0, fourth in the North. These two teams both trying to fight it out to catch up to the Rebels sitting in second, and of course the Edmonton Warriors sitting in first. Opposing goaltenders tonight for the Crude, in goal 0 Jordan Peck, for the Outlaws 0 Caleb Dorland, and away we go from here inside the Jerome McGinley Recreation Center in St. Albert, Alberta. Outlaws take the opening face-off. They're passing it around. Pass goes over to Grayson Maloney. Passes it down low. No chance there for Ben Hobday as it gets knocked out of his stick. There's an Outlaws player down on the floor deep in the Crude zone. Call may be forthcoming here. Trainer's running out here. He is up now. That's Outlaws number 22, Marcus Hildebrand. Looks like he may have taken a stick to the lower abdomen. He is walking it off, though. It's a good sign. Referee is going to have a little bit of a discussion here. The Crude's Tate Wedman going to start it back up here. Only 27 seconds elapsed so far here in the first. Crude passing it around far boards. Pass across right to the middle to Wedman. Shot goes off of goaltender Caleb Dorland. Crude picking off that pass. Pass up to the top for Dylan Kerr. Kerr now covered by 3 Outlaws. Can't get a pass through, but is picked up on of that. No, he drops it, and Walker picks it back up. Back to Kerr. Kerr with the shot right into Dorland's stick. Knocked up and into a Outlaws stick of number 91, Taryn Hutchings. Hutchings now running it up the floor. Passes over the blue line. Stops up, waits for some reinforcement. Getting the setup, pass off across. Back at the top, there's a penalty on the play coming to the Crude. It's going to be 6-on-5 Outlaws on the delayed penalty shot. And a nice save from Jordan Peck as he touches that. And the first penalty of the game going to go to the Crude. It's going to be the Crude's number 88, Ryan McBride, 2 minutes cross-checking. This Outlaws team has not had great success on the power play so far this season. 15 for 52, good for 28.8%. We'll see how they fare here against the Crude. Outlaws setting it up around the circle. Fakes a shot and passes off. Back to the top. Cuts in down low, gets a shot off. Nice save from Jordan Peck. Outlaws gain back possession, pass off over to Hobday. Hobday now. Outlaws looking for a lane, gets a shot off. It looks like it goes wide, and that ball is going to bounce slowly back into Outlaws territory. 12 seconds left on that shot clock. Outlaws have to make a quick play here. Another minute 15 to go on their power play. Hobday takes a shot and goes wide, hits the netting, but they're going to say it rebounded off the Crude, and that's going to be Outlaws' ball here. Hobday currently quarterbacking this power play for the Outlaws. Halfway through that penalty to the Crude. Shot goes wide again, and it's going to go all the way back to goaltender Caleb Dorland. Dorland now. Pass up the close boards. Up to Grayson Maloney. Maloney gets a pass off to Hobday. Hobday with the shot goes off a Crude defender. 4 seconds on that shot clock. Outlaws got to make a play quick. Hobday makes a shot, goes high again. That was 3 chances in about the last 45 seconds that went wide for the Outlaws. Outlaws have to hit the net if they want to beat this Crude team. Last time these two teams played, that was one crazy game. Crude with 8 third-period goals to come back and beat the Outlaws. That game was in Beaumont. Outlaws now with the ball in the middle. Pass over to Connor Turner. 14 seconds to go on the power play opportunity. Passing around to Maloney, back up to Greenwood. Greenwood now at the top of the circle. Back to Greenwood, stick, gets a shot off, goes wide, right back into Greenwood, stick, gets another shot, and he capitalizes as soon as the power play expires. And it's going to be 1-0 Outlaws on an absolute rocket from Greenwood. Just under 3.5 minutes expired here in the first period. The Outlaws strike first blood. They're up 1-0. Back in the dot, Crude are going to take the win there. Loose ball still. Harris now picking it up. The close side boards. Passes up to Nolski. Again, Crude wearing black, going right to left on your screens. Outlaws wearing white, going left to right. Crude doing a nice job defending it there by Kerr. Pass down low, goes over the net. Outlaws are going to come away with it. A nice little defensive play there by the Crude to knock that ball loose. Fresh 30 to work with. Dylan Kerr on his stick now. Crude running it around. Knocked loose. Outlaws. Taryn Hutchings couldn't quite get it into his stick, so Walker's going to pick that up. Pass it up the close side boards. A little tic-tac-toe play. Ends up in the rafters, but it's going to be Crude ball. Crude now in the close corner. Once again, Regan Walker looking for a setup, gets a shot off. Nice save from Dorland. Outlaws trying to get it around. And it looks like it bounces into the bench. They're saying it went off a Crude player into the bench, so that's going to be Outlaws ball. Or sorry, my mistake. Outlaws pushed it in. Crude ball. Fodchuk getting this started again. Fodchuk currently sitting 4th in points in the North. 24-11 for 35 points so far in 7 games as the Outlaws have a 3-on-1 opportunity. And a bouncing shot and a beautiful goal there from the Outlaws makes this a 2-0 game. Just under 5 minutes elapsed here. This is starting to look like a bit of a repeat from the last game between these two clubs in Beaumont, where the Outlaws took a commanding lead to start the game as the Crude have a nice opportunity, but pass doesn't connect and goes into an Outlaws stick of Cohen Sutherland. Sutherland now passing up the middle. Outlaws running it quickly up the center. It's a nice little play there from Hobday. Hobday, though, cuts back, gets a pass across, doesn't quite connect. A couple Crude defenders knock it loose out of the stick of Justice Cutler to regain possession of it. Dzwenko with it now. Being covered nicely by Maloney. Maloney all over these two Crude defenders. Crude now Ducharme making his way through. Was covered by 4 Outlaws defenders. And it was evidently knocked loose, but the Crude retained possession. 6 seconds on that shot clock. They have to make a play here. Wedman with a shot and hits Dorland's shoulder and into an Outlaws stick. As the Outlaws going to pass it up the middle. Rogalski now, 2-on-1 opportunity. Pass across, shot, and a nice save on Greenwood by Jordan Peck. 13:35 to go here in the first. As a Crude pass doesn't go through. Fans didn't look happy about that little play there along the bench. But the Outlaws nonetheless come out with it. Hobday passing it across. was Hildebrand. The shot from Greenwood hits a defender in front. A little bit of tussle there, but it ends up in the stick of Peck, who's going to pass it way down, all the way down into Outlaws territory corner. 2 Crude offensemen right on it. So they make a little play, and a pass just floats into the corner of the Crude. McBride with a hard pass up to Schaff. Schaff now, 3 seconds, gets a bouncing shot, doesn't hit the goaltender. It's going to be Outlaws ball now. Ball at the bench. Outlaws picking it up. Eric Tompkins going to get it started. Pass up to Hildebrand, can't find its lane. Hildebrand now does end up picking it, or sorry, Lee picks it up, pass over to Hildebrand. Hildebrand cuts in with a shot, and Peck with the save. Peck over to Nolski. Nolski, a little fake move to run it up the close side board, stops up at half, and makes a pass over to Harris. Harris now waiting for some reinforcement. Gets it over to Fawchuk. Fawchuk with an absolute rocket. Hits Dorland, goes wide. Walker with it now. Walker looking for a lane. A pass over to Stenson, goes wide. 20 seconds left on their shot clock. Stenson picks it back up again. Over to Fawchuk on the far side boards. And they are going to say, looks like they're going to call some unnecessary roughing there. So they're going to award it Outlaws ball. So it's going to be run up the close boards by Rogalski, who passes it off to Maloney. Maloney with it. Looking for that passing lane. Finds one. Doesn't quite hit the stick of Greenwood. Greenwood, nice job defending against that hit from McBride. Greenwood finds his way around McBride, but can't find his way around Searson. Makes a shot that goes wide. Crude pick it up. Now run up the close side boards there by Zwanka. Passing it off to Schaff. Schaff fakes out, makes a pass over. And I think they're calling a crease violation. That's going to be Outlaws ball. Hutchings up the middle. Stopped up by Simon Leung. Crude end up knocking it loose, making some passes. It's a one-on-one opportunity. Play by Drader with the shot. Gets knocked down, slides into the boards. Outlaws ball. Outlaws quickly moving it up. He's got a breakaway opportunity with the shot. Oh, and a hard hit goes head first into the boards. That was number 18, Ty Cook, and Cook makes an extra shot. They're going to call him here. Cook is looking for somebody to fight here. He was not happy with that hit. Can't really blame the guy, but bad time to take a penalty. Is Crude going to get their first power play of the game? They call 2 minutes for roughing on Ty Cook. Crude fans are not happy, voicing their displeasure to the fans. Unfortunately, I don't think the refs really care. Crude now going to start it up. That's Fawchuk. Crude working it around the outside of the circle. Back up to Fawchuk, quarterbacking this power play. Again, there's a reason he's fourth in the North in points right now. Back and forth. Fawchuk gets a shot off. Nice save from Dorland. Crude pick it up down low. Nope, it gets knocked loose. And Outlaws going to get a breakaway opportunity. Nice save. Jacob Goudreau was stonewalled there by Jordan Peck. Peck gave him no room as Schaff runs it up the side close boards. Ball being knocked around, and another breakaway opportunity, this time for Rogalski. Rogalski makes them pay. That's a short-handed goal for the Outlaws. 3-0. That is only the Outlaws' second short-handed goal of the season. against a Crude power play operating at 39.13%. Off the face-off, they're going to award it to the Crude. And they're going to call the Outlaws on a delay of game, I believe, here. Yeah, 2 minutes delay of game there to the Outlaws. Knocking that ball after they award it to the Crude. To number 2, Kai Lee. Lee only had 2 penalty minutes this season coming into the game. Doubles that, now up to 4. So the Crude still have another minute 11 left on that penalty to Ty Cook, and then they'll have another short 49-second power play on Lee's delay of game penalty. Crude working it around the outside. A shot goes wide. They pick it back up. Another shot hits the crest. Pick it up again. Pass doesn't go through. 9 seconds on that shot clock. Back up to Fodchuk behind the back pass. Shot, and there's a goal from the Crude. And this is now a 3-1 game. That goal from Simon Leung. The Crude will still have another minute 34 of power play time on that delay of game penalty to Kai Lee. As the Crude now start up their second short power play opportunity, about a minute 30 still to work with. Harris now slowly going to bring it into Outlaws territory. Pass off to Fodchuk. Fodchuk back to Harris. Harris down low. Gets that back. Crude passing it around the outside, looking to get the Outlaws off balance here. Trying to get that shot lane. 5 seconds. They do get a bouncing shot. It doesn't hit anybody. Hits the netting. Outlaws ball. Being run up now by the Outlaws. Looking to get around. Defender. Can't find his way around Nolski. Nolski all over him. Again, Outlaws shorthanded here. Crude end up getting that. 40 seconds left on their power play. Looking to make a change. Nolski lets them get the change off as Fodchuk comes back on. This top unit for the Crude. Looking to make the Outlaws pay. Harris back down low, another 5 seconds. Crude with a shot and save on Dylan Kerr. So they get a fresh 30, 8 seconds left on this power play. And it is going to expire. Crude going 1 for 2 on the power play opportunity there. Fodchuk bringing it in, covered nicely, cuts back around, makes a pass off into the far corner. And a nice little floater saved by Dorland. Crude, another fresh 30. Schaff. Gonna pass it over. Didn't quite make it to Leung, so Fodchuk will pick it up. Crude passing it around. Again, off a stick. Outlaws picking it up. Schaff gonna rub out his man along the boards. Outlaws trying to make a long play. They don't quite make it. Pick by Dzwenka. Passes it to Kerr to Fodchuk. Fodchuk, the absolute cannon of Fodchuk. It is now 3-2 for the Outlaws. Award this Outlaws ball off the face-off. Started up by Hildebrand. Over to Maloney. Maloney stops at the top. Finds a passing lane. Now on the far side boards. Back over to Turner. Turner with a shot. Goes off to Dzwenka. And the Crude are going to pick it up off that opportunity. Now run up by... Ooh, nice save on Richardson by Caleb Dorland. And they're going to call a little water break here. Water break timeout here from inside the Jerome McGinley Arena. You are watching CROW LAX TV. Walker going to get this play back underway now. Walker runs it in, and a quick work. And it is now 3-3. Regan Walker. The Outlaws had their foot on the gas early. They let it up a little bit, and the Crude with 3 goals in quick succession to tie this back up at 3. Crude end up winning the face-off. Richardson with it. Pass across to Fodchuk, but the pass goes right into the Outlaws bench. It's going to be Outlaws ball now. It restarted by Greenwood. Greenwood looking for a passing lane, finds one in Hobday. Hobday now with it. Running it along the outside to Greenwood. Back to Hobday. Hobday fumbles it. 12 seconds left on that shot clock. Pass over to Maloney doesn't find its way. Picked up by McBride. McBride now trying to cut board side on 2 Outlaws defenders. McBride making easy work of them. Finding his way around both of them. Nice little offensive play by McBride as he passes off to Kerr. Kerr knocked out of his stick, picks it back up, makes it through 3, and a goal! The Crude now with their first lead of the game, 4-3. McBride finds his way through 2. Kerr finds his way through 3. And the Crude take the lead here with 5:10 to play in the first. And there's a penalty coming up here on the play to Diswanka, I believe. Walker's not happy about something. Diswanka is going to get interference. Outlaws going to get their second power play of the game. Little bit of an unfortunate play there for Diswanka. And he's going to sit 2 in the sin bin. Hobday once again getting this restarted for the Outlaws. Quick pass over to Maloney. Passes down to Cutler. Cutler to Maloney, back to Hobday. Far side Greenwood. Hobday, Maloney. 17 seconds to work with. To Hobday, pass doesn't go through. Greenwood. He's got to pick this up fast. He's got 10 seconds on that shot clock. Outlaws got to make something happen fast. And they make the shot. And Kai Lee, 27 seconds, makes this a 4-4 tie. Nice job by Lee there. He did not have time to work with. He just made a Hail Mary shot, and that is in the back of the net. And off of the draw. Gonna get a little scrum on the far boards here, looking for that loose ball. A little bit of a shot there from a Crude player, and they are gonna award it Outlaws. And a little, and the Outlaws with another breakaway opportunity. And Eric Tompkins puts the Outlaws back in the lead. It's 5-4. Outlaws found that open man, and Tompkins didn't look back. Outlaws almost won the face-off there, but Walker is going to pick it up as the Outlaws bops out of their stick. Crude now moving it around to Kerr, over to Fodchuk. Fodchuk now was winding up Kerr, and a shot hits the shoulder, and we might have a fight here. Walker, we're going to have a little bit of a tussle, and drugged to the floor. That is Walker and Weatherby. They're still going at it on the floor. We're going to get this sorted out here a little bit. We'll see what exactly they give. Refs having a little discussion in the ref circle. See if they'll do 5 and 10 to each. 4:04 to go here in the first. Shots 15-11 for the Crude right now. But the Outlaws leading where it counts right now, 5-4. Just trying to listen into the refs here. It sounds like Crude are getting 2 for cross-checking potentially. Looks like it's going to be 5 and 10 to both, plus an extra 2 to the Crude. Yeah, they are going to call a 2-minute cross-checking there. Head coach Garen Schmerman is not happy with the refs. He's wondering, why are we getting the extra 2? So Walker getting that extra 2. And the Outlaws going to get it started up now. Crude fans really voicing their displeasure tonight. Well, when it's Friday in St. Albert. Outlaws working it around the outside. Hobday looking for a shot, fakes it, pass to Lee, goes wide. Hobday picking it up, 6 seconds. Makes a shot, nice save into the stick of Peck. Crude trying to get it. Peck did make a pass. It ends up finally in the stick of Searson. But the refs are going to award Outlaws ball. Crude fans are kind of rowdy tonight. It's getting rowdy in the Jerome McGinley. Outlaws working it around the outside. Maloney and Greenwood going back and forth a few times. Lee to Maloney. Maloney, shot and scores! And the Outlaws now taking a 6-4 lead. So they're going to quickly get this sorted out, take the penalty off the clock. So we're back on 5-on-5. And back we go. 6-4 Outlaws, 3 minutes to play in the first. Harris now with it. Bounce pass over to Wedman. Wedman looking for some help. He's blocked by Hildebrand, so he's going to run it up the side. Knocked out of his stick. Nice little play by Harley Williams. Still a loose ball in the Crude or in the Outlaws close corner. Crude pick it up, get a shot. Fresh 30. Outlaws pick it up now. Pass up the middle to Rogalski. Rogalski, one-on-one. Bounce shot up into the rafters. So Crude going to start this back up now. Drader with it through the middle. Drader finds his way around, gets a shot. Nice save from Dorland. Dorland now Sends it in far. It's going to be Alex Wildeboer on the close side. Wildeboer with it. Passes it off to Maloney. 2 minutes to go in the first. Maloney with it. Into the middle. And a shot by Tompkins. Goes wide. Lee with a shot also going wide. 3 seconds. 2-1. That's going to do it on the shot clock. So Dorland picks it up, and they're going to drop it into the corner. Crude are going to get a change. They're going to get it restarted here by Fodchuk. Fodchuk looking for a wraparound, gets a pass to Wedman. Wedman doesn't make it into his stick. Now picked up, Cook. Cook with it, looking. Finds his man in Maloney. Maloney now. Down low to Hobday. Hobday. Makes a pass. The shot blocked. It was Hildebrand. Hobday with it. Tries to do a low shot. Blocked once again by the Crude. And the Crude going to pick it up. That is going to be Blake. And the net is knocked out of its spot. They're going to award Crude ball. Crude. Schaff getting it started. 1 minute to go here in the first period. Outlaws working it around now. Maloney. Ooh, and one of the Outlaws players hit in the face. No call forthcoming. Being worked in the deep boards. Now 1 minute to go. Clock was not running for quite a while there. Now it is. Peck with it. Looking for a man to pass to. Passes up the middle. It's going to go to Kerr. Kerr with it. Being covered by Cutler. Cutler all over him. Pass to Wedman. Wedman with the shot. Nice save from Dorland. Keep this a 6-4 game. Cutler with it. Cutler stops up. Pass up top for Turner. Turner. To Maloney to Greenwood. Greenwood with the shot wide. Ball going to bounce all the way back down to Dorland. 10 seconds on that shot clock. And the ball is going to hit the roof. And we'll see what they're calling here. The ref's calling for something. Didn't quite make out what it was. Garen Schmermond, head coach of the Crude, talking with the refs. Questioning what's going on here. And head coach Stu Sturparn also seems to be kind of wondering, but is also kind of content with the call. I'm not sure exactly what's happening over on that side, but refs are having a long discussion. The ref giving the thumbs up to a bit of a loud Crude fan, basically telling him, that's nice, don't care. And it looks like refs are going to figure it out finally. They're going to award it Crude ball. And they're resetting the clock to 4 seconds. I think because the clock was stopped, they're trying to figure out what exactly the clock should be sitting at. So they're going to figure it out. They got 4 seconds on the clock left in this period. Crude have a quick chance, 6 on 5. Schaff with it. Down low. Crude early shot and wide, and that's going to do it for the first period here inside the Jerome Aginla Arena. 6-4 Outlaws through 20 minutes. You're watching CROW LAX TV. Welcome back inside the Jerome McGinley Arena here in St. Albert, Alberta. You're watching CROW LAX TV, the Beaumont Outlaws visiting the St. Albert Crude. Through 20 minutes of play so far, the Outlaws leading 6-4 where it counts. The Crude currently leading shots 19-13. They've been peppering goaltender Caleb Dorland, but Dorland has had an answer all through the first. So far, the Outlaws 2 for 3 on the power play tonight, which is very good considering they're 15 for 52 coming into tonight's game, 28.85%. Crude running 50% tonight, 1 for 2. Season 39.13 coming into today's game. If there's one thing the Outlaws are good at, though, it is definitely defending on those power plays. Only 11 power play goals against all season through 7 games. 12 if you include tonight's game, which is not too bad. The next closest is the Warriors, who through 7 games have allowed 20 power play goals against. For an Outlaws team currently sitting last in the division, to have half the power play goals against of the leader, I'd say that's quite impressive. Referee signaling to the goaltenders to get ready for play. And here we go, second period now underway. Crude gonna win the opening draw of the second period. Drader trying to work his way around 2 defenders, getting knocked loose. But the Crude are still going to come away with it. A nice pass, tic-tac-toe, and Cale Harris, 16 seconds in to the second period. Harris cutting that lead in half now. Outlaws only up by 1. Beautiful little play down low to make the pass to a wide open Harris, who just tucks her home. Outlaws with it now off the face-off. Pass up to Maloney, doesn't make it. So the Crude gonna pick it up around the back of the net. Pass up the middle. Drader with it now. Drader covered by Maloney. Maloney knocks it loose. It's Drader and Maloney one-on-one into the close corner. And Outlaws going to pick it up. Hildebrand tries to find his way through Drader. Pass to Maloney. Maloney with the goal. 7-5 Outlaws. Probably one of the more impressive stats so far tonight. We have had 12 goals and 12 different goal scorers. Outlaws regain that 2-goal lead only 34 seconds after that goal from Harris. Outlaws making it known that they don't want to lose like they did the last one against the Crude. Nolsky with it on the far side boards. Passes it over to Harris. Harris now waiting for the change off. Winds up, fakes it. Little quick shot off of Dorland and all the way down to Peck. Peck through center to Schaff. Schaff over to Fodchuk. Close side boards. Fodchuk now. Pass down low. And they're going to award Outlaws ball on some unnecessary roughing, I believe. And the ref's going to call too many there on the Outlaws change. That's going to be Crude ball. The Crude's Dominic Ducharme now running it up the center. The quick pass to Fodchuk. Ducharme goes for the change. Fodchuk down low. Makes a pass off. And Stenson had a nice opportunity off the shoulder. Loose ball now down low. Stenson picks it up. Knocked loose. Ref's going to award Crude ball for a bit of unnecessary roughing. Crude, nice pass and shot, but Simon Leung cannot get it through Caleb Dorland. Outlaws working it along the far side boards, end up coming up with it. Nicely defended by Wedman. And Wedman picks it up. Fresh 30 to work with now. Wedman over to Fodchuk. Fodchuk down low. Liang looking for something. Liang back to Fodchuk. Fodchuk with a ripper. Bounce off of an Outlaws defender as Wedman cuts in, goes wide. Kerr with a third opportunity. And a save from Dorland. And Dorland now going to pick it up. Send it up the side to Alex Wildeboer. Wildeboer running it in, stops up again, waiting for reinforcements. A pass to Greenwood. And they're going to call a penalty on the Crude for a slash, I believe. That is going to end up going to Brighton Searson. Outlaws 6-on-5 on the delayed penalty. Greenwood down low, wide. And they're going to call it now. They're going to call a slashing on the Crude as Walker and Weatherby now out of the box for their fighting in the first period. And the Outlaws going to go on their fourth opportunity of the game on Searson's slashing penalty. Hobday gets it started from center to Greenwood, back to Hobday to Maloney. Back to Hobday, looking, Greenwood to Lee. Back to Hobday to Greenwood. Shot down low, save made by Peck. And they want to run the clock off 15 seconds as they did not start the clock there. They're letting it run around here. Garen Schmermond wondering what's going on here. Schmermond is not appreciative of this reffing trio tonight. And it appears as if the penalty did not run there. So the Outlaws and the Crude going to get a little bit of an extended break here while they figure that out. And we get started once again. Drader with it along the close boards. Found his way around Maloney. Can't find his way around Rogalski. Knocked down. Penalty coming up on the play here. Drader fights his way through three. Gets a shot off. Saved by Dorland. All three referees' hands were up. The Crude are glad to be getting a call their way. As Rogalski going to head to the box. 2 minutes for holding. We're going to run 4-on-4 for 1:27. Crude going to come off of that with a 33-second power play. Will be short, but the Crude have proven they do not need long to make their opponent pay. Fodchuk with it. At the top, shot off, goes wide. Loose ball. Still loose. Outlaws, Wildeboer with it. Wildeboer, pass up. Breakaway opportunity, shot. Goes wide for Goudreau. And the ball's going to bounce again into Outlaws bench. Crude. Down on the far side. Pass over to Fodchuk. Fodchuk trying to find a lane, doesn't find one. Finds a passing instead. And shot goes off the shoulder of Dorland. Back to Crude ball. Kerr with it now. 49 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. Fodchuk, close corner to Kerr. Kerr fumbles it. With Sutherland all over Kerr. Pass off, back up to Fodchuk. Fodchuk with it. Gets around his man, drugged down, another penalty coming up to the Outlaws. Fodchuk makes him pay. Fodchuk, an absolute rocket of a shot. 7-6 on the delayed penalty. I think the roof almost exploded here on the Iginla after that goal. Crude fans glad about that one. Fodchuk, the first one to put home 2 tonight. See if he can make it the Hattie. And based on his scoring pace, I think he's going to make it a Hattie tonight. Ref's just discussing something with the scoring table right now. Looks like they figured it out. 4-on-4 for another 26 seconds. Crude win the draw. Wedman with it now. Finds his way around his man. Shot. Dorland with the save. Dorland not happy with Wedman. Goes after him a little bit as the Outlaws run it up. Gets around his man. Hildebrand still holding it. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Covered nicely by Ducharme. Makes a pass up to Greenwood. Greenwood over to Cutler. Cutler knocked loose. And Peck with it now. And we are now into the Crude power play. A very short Crude power play at that, as the Outlaws have it now. 17 seconds left, 23 on the shot clock. They're going to try and kill off this power play for the Crude. It's not going to be hard for them to do. Greenwood holding it. Finally makes a pass over with 10 seconds on the shot clock to Lee. Lee spins. Shot goes wide. And it bounces right back to the Outlaws. Maloney, who just dumps it down low, gets a change off as the shot clock expires. Crude now starting it back up. 6 minutes expired here in the second, 14 to go. Ducharme passes over to Kerr. Kerr with it, looking to get around his man. He does. Nice opportunity right into the net. Dorland's like, what is going on there? Dorland's going to reset his net. The Outlaws now getting it started. Goudreau with it. Finds his way around with the pick. Pass off to Tompkins. Tompkins up to Turner. Turner with the shot. And it's going to bounce out of play, but going to be awarded back to the Outlaws. Outlaws up to Lee, top of the point, to Tompkins. Tompkins holding, looking to get around. Finds a passing lane instead to Hobday. Knocked loose off Hobday, and that is going to be McBride running it up the middle. Stops up right at his bench. Cuts through 2 Outlaws defenders. 2-on-1 shot blocked by Turner. McBride retains possession. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Off to Wedman. Wedman now. Over to Leung. Bounces out of his stick to Fodchuk. Fodchuk with a bouncing shot. Doesn't make it. 3 seconds on the shot clock. That is going to be Outlaws ball. It's going to be down right at Peck. And the Outlaws going to start here with a pass to Maloney. Maloney over to Greenwood. Greenwood cuts in down low. Shot right into the crest of Peck. And a little bit of unnecessary roughing. They're going to award it back to the Outlaws. Outlaws now. Cutler. Over to Hobday. Hobday to Lee. Lee to Hobday down low. Hobday with the shot. Doesn't go through. Hobday down on the ground a little bit. And there's a penalty upcoming to the Outlaws. They're, I think, going to give it a cross-checking on Greenwood. Crude now 6-on-5, looking to set something up on the delayed penalty. Schaff with a shot and makes them pay on the delayed penalty. Schaff ties this game 7-7 with 12 minutes to go in the second. Outlaws Rogalski asking the ref why was there no penalty while Hobday was knocked down. Doesn't look like he got the response he wanted, but the Crude definitely got what they needed. This is one heck of a game here inside the Iginla. The 2 minutes cross-checking negated by the goal. As we get started once again. Outlaws win it, knocked loose immediately. And Nolski comes up with it. He's running it up fast. He's short. Well, tried for a pass there instead of going for a shot. Don't know what he was looking for, but Wildeboer now. Pass over to Maloney. Maloney can't find it. The Crude player gets tripped up into the corner there. Looked like by his own man, so no penalty coming up. Cutler cuts through three. Goes wide. Crude now with it. Driven hard into the boards, knocked loose. And Cutler picks it up once again to Wildeboer. Wildeboer with a shot off the post. Greenwood waiting. Over to Tompkins. Tompkins looking for a lane, finds one, puts it wide. Regains his own rebound. 12 seconds on the shot clock. He's covered by Wedman up high. Pass to Cutler, 8 seconds to go. The shot up high, and that's going to bounce back down into Outlaws territory as the clock expires. Ducharme going to get it started again. To Fodchuk. Fodchuk with a nice high pass into his stick. Fodchuk knocked loose the pass to Leung. Leung and Rogalski now fighting along the sideboards. A nice little hit there by Cook. Crude player pulled down. No penalty forthcoming. Again, Crude fans not happy. Outlaws with it now. Run up by Goudreau. Goudreau's little spin move and makes a pass over to Lee. Lee, 20 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Passes over to Maloney. Maloney gets a shot off wide. Almost collects his own rebound, but instead going to be collected by Goudreau. 5 seconds. Maloney with the shot right into the stick of Peck. Peck now passing it up to Richardson in the middle. Down very low, and they're going to call a crease violation, putting that Outlaws ball. Wildeboer now on the close side boards. Running it up. Nice pass over to Hobday, and Hobday puts it home. Hobday and McBride now. Little pushing and shoving. Hobday makes it 8-7. .9:29 to go here in the second. Getting reset for the next face-off here. It's a nice shot there from Hobday. Just in the middle of the circle to the crease. And Peck had no chance of seeing that. As Lee was knocked down off the face-off, nothing coming up here. Fodchuk with it now. Fodchuk around. Puts it wide. That's going to hit the netting. So that's going to be Outlaws ball. And Outlaws going to get it started with a pass over to Tompkins. Tompkins looking to get around Blake. Doesn't. Passes to Greenwood instead. Over to Maloney. Maloney, wide open chance. Shot off a defender. Collects his own rebound. Cuts in. Shot and scores! But no, they're calling it a crease violation. That is not going to go. Outlaws could have extended their lead, but no such luck. Fodchuk now with it. At the blue line, Outlaws zone. Over to Wedman. Wedman gets around his men and shot and save. Dorland with yet another save. Pass it up to Goudreau. Goudreau now covered by 2. Gets a little bit of help here from Turner. Turner with the shot and scores. Connor Turner with the goal. 9-7. Turner found his way through the Crude defense. And the Crude now making a goaltending change. They say 9 on 21 shots is enough. They are now putting in Jurka not Jurka. My mistake. They're putting in Will Horn. It's very confusing when both teams have goaltenders with 0 and 35. So now in net is William Horn for the Crude, getting his first taste of action tonight. Pass to Schaff, who passes over to Fodchuk now. 8:10 to go here in the second. A little bit of a floater shot, goes wide. And Dorland going to pick that up. They're now going to award it Crude ball. Fodchuk going to pick it up behind the net here. Get it started. Pass to Leung. Leung with a shot and a save from Dorland. Rogalski taking it over on the far side. Boards runs it all the way 4-on-1. Knocked down another goal from the Outlaws. Outlaws. Number 19, Justice Cutler gets that, and the Crude are still going to take a penalty there. 10-7. 4 minutes checking from behind. The first 2 minutes negated by that goal. So the Outlaws now going to get their 5th power play of the game. A full 2 minutes after scoring that goal. Again, that was to Crude Chase Richardson. 4 minutes for checking from behind. The first 2 minutes negated by the Outlaws goal. So the Outlaws going to get a 2-minute power play out of this. Up by 3. 7:35 to go in the second. Outlaws with it. Picked up by Tompkins. Tompkins looking at how much time he has to work with. Makes a pass over to Greenwood. Greenwood over to Hobday. Hobday to Maloney. Back to Hobday. To Greenwood. Hobday. Down to, I can't quite make out that number. Hobday now. Maloney. Low shot. Nice save from Horn. Outlaws player knocked down, so they're going to give Outlaws a fresh 30 to work with. Cutler to Hobday. The little tic-tac-toe. Tompkins saved. Hobday. Greenwood. Shot block. Hobday again. Gets a shot. Another block. Crude just keep blocking it. So Outlaws ball once again as it hits the rafters. Minute 3 left on this power play. It has been all Outlaws this whole power play. Hobday. Maloney. Pass to nobody. Greenwood. 17 seconds to work with. Greenwood to Hobday. Back to Greenwood. To Hobday. Winds up. Shot. Goes on. Fresh 30. Hobday is going to go all the way down to pick it up. 33 seconds to go here in the power play. Greenwood to Hobday. Back to Greenwood. Tompkins, Greenwood, Hobday, Maloney, and Cutler, the 5 for the Outlaws. Shot doesn't hit the goaltender. That's going to go all the way back down to Dorland. 5 seconds on that shot clock. Outlaws just got to shoot it. Greenwood with the shot goes wide. As the penalty expires to Richardson. And Vodchuk with it now. That entire 2 minutes spent in the Crude zone. Nice job by the Crude, keeping it out of the net. And now, breakaway opportunity for Rogalski. Stopped halfway through. Goudreau with the shot, blocked by Ducharme. Goudreau driven into the boards, comes away with it though. Pass over to Lee. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Lee to Tompkins. Hobday, shot. Fresh 30. Tompkins. Pass across, shot from Maloney. Doesn't go through. Loose ball. Hobday picks it up. He's got the open man, and Hildebrand doesn't go. Goes for the shot instead. Hildebrand picks it up and goes loose from him. Lee picks it up now. 23 seconds left on that shot clock. Maloney to Hildebrand. Hobday. Winds up, fires. Bounces out. Hobday picks it back up on the far side boards. Over to Hildebrand. Hildebrand gets the pick set, makes a shot, and save by Horn. Horn sends it close to Ducharme. Ducharme slows it up in the middle. Pass over to Vodchuk. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the second period. Crude pass off to Kerr. Kerr with a shot, saved by Dorland. Loose ball. Outlaws looking for it. They find it, and it's going to be a breakaway opportunity. 2-on-0. Shot and save. Horn with a nice breakaway save there. Outlaws going to knock it loose, though. It's Cutler. Justice Cutler. To Maloney, up to Greenwood. Greenwood pass off to Wildeboer. Wildeboer looking, finds a man. Cutler. Cutler cuts in, but makes a floater pass up, and it's going to be a Crude breakaway now. He's covered though. He gets knocked down, slides into the boards. No penalty coming up. But now there's a penalty, and it's going to be on the Crude. 6-on-5 opportunity now as Maloney slows it down, lets his goaltender get to the bench so they can make a 6-on-5 play. Greenwood, Maloney, back to Greenwood. To Lee, to Greenwood. Greenwood winds up, shot blocked. And that is going to be the penalty called now. Crude coaching staff absolutely peeved. And they're giving an unsportsmanlike to the Crude. Garen Schmermond is absolutely livid right now. Outlaws now 6th power play of the game. Dzwanka getting the penalty, throws his helmet in the box. He's not happy with that call. Hobday going to get this power play started. They are going to give it 5-on-5, so I believe he may have gotten a little more than just a unsportsmanlike there, but the Outlaws looking to make a play there. There's a nice little play, no luck though. Wedman running it up now. 2-on-2, makes a shot, goes wide into Drader's stick. Drader covered by Cutler. Drader looking to get around him, can't quite make it. Little floater pass to Schaff, doesn't make it through. Wedman's going to pick it up. 2 minutes to go here in the second. Crude still have it to Drader. Knocked out of Drader's stick. They're going to call it Crude ball now. Unnecessary roughing. Wedman starts it back up. Pass over to Fodchuk. Fodchuk tried to make a pass into the middle, but cut by Wildeboer. Wildeboer holds it to Cutler. Cutler over to Tompkins. Tompkins with it. Looking for somebody to pass to. And Lee catches the pass, puts it home. 11-7 for the Outlaws. Lee now also with 2 goals. Fodchuk and Lee so far, the only 2 with 2 goals today. Gets started, Outlaws win it. It's Rogalski, far side boards. The pass over to Maloney. Maloney makes a pass to Lee. Lee looking for somebody to pass to. He finds it in Tompkins. Tompkins now with it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And a cut pass, McBride. He's got 2 Outlaws defenders right there, though. He's calling a time. This is going to be time out for the Crude with 50 seconds to go here in the second period. We'll take a short little break. You're watching CROW LAX TV. Timeout completed now for the Crude. Again, 50 seconds to work with. Crude pulling their goaltender. Going to go 6-on-5 for the final 50 seconds of this second period. They're going to work it slow here on the outside. Just looking to set it up. Care with it to Fodchuk. Fodchuk pass across. Pass down low. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Crude got to make a play here. Knocked loose, and it's going to go down quick. Care with it. Goudreau trying to catch it. And timeout now called by the Outlaws. So once again, we'll go to another short little break. Once again, you're watching CROW LAX TV. Outlaws timeout completed. Lee going to start this back up. 20 seconds to go here in the second period. Outlaws going to try and let time expire as fast as they can. Greenwood to Lee. 8 seconds to go. Maloney to Lee. Quick pass over to Greenwood, doesn't find its way. 2 seconds, they've got to make a quick shot, make it, and that's going to do it for the second period. From here inside the Jerome McGinley Arena, 40 minutes of play in the books. Outlaws leading the Crude 11-7, 34 shots apiece. We'll be back shortly. You're watching CROW LAX TV. Welcome back inside the Jerome McGinley Arena. You're watching CROW LAX TV. My name is Keenan. We are heading into the third period. Currently, Outlaws leading the Crude 11-7, 34 shots apiece. Outlaws with 6 goals in the first, 5 in the second. Crude 4 in the first, 3 in the second. 4-goal game as we get started here once again for the final 20 minutes of play. Loose ball off the face-off. Looked like the Crude were going to get it. Outlaws, though, do come away with it. Tompkins with it. Waits for a bit of a change and passes it off to Hobday, who passes it right back over to Tompkins. Passes over to Hildebrand. Hildebrand looking for a lane through. Kind of finds one. Cuts back around instead of taking the shot to Lee. Lee with the absolute ripper. Almost takes off the referee's head and bounces all the way down to goaltender Caleb Dorland, who's going to send it all the way back down into Crude territory as the shot clock expires. And Harris in the Crude zone, getting this restarted. Passes up to Kerr, looks for Fodchuk. Fodchuk knocked off it. Picked up by Rogalski, who has a bit of a break. Rogalski, shot goes wide. Nice save by Horn. Horn coming on in relief of Jordan Peck about halfway through this game after the 9th Outlaws goal. James Leung with it. Passes it off over to Kerr. Kerr down low for Simon Leung, who can't find it. Picked up by the Outlaws, 2-on-2. Goudreau looking, waiting, shot. Goes wide into the rafters. Crude ball. The Outlaws up by 4. They are hoping not to repeat once again. They're hoping not to repeat the last game against the Crude, where the Crude scored 8 in the third to take the victory. Crude now passing it around the outside of the circle, shot down low. Looked for a second opportunity. That was Wedman. Wedman crease violation, so that is going to go Outlaws. Outlaws 18. Ty Cook going to get this started back up with a pass over to Tompkins near the middle. Maloney now just inside the zone. Slows it down, waits for the help from Turner. Looks to pass it back off to Turner, but can't get around Ducharme. Ducharme driven hard into the boards, keeps possession, and makes a pass over to Drader. Drader cuts through the middle, shot! Nice save from Dorland. Retains possession, Dorland with another save on Drader. Drader picks it back up for another time, looks for a third opportunity. Is he going to take it? Yes, he does. Another save, another shot. And a little bit of pushing and shoving there. Outlaws ball. Outlaws passing it up the side. Stops up. Looks for some help. Finds it in Lee. Kai Lee. Ben Hobday. Cutler. Passed over across to Tompkins. In down low to Lee. Lee can't get it on his stick. And Crude, McBride coming away with it. McBride over to Leung. Leung now. Stops up, gets a little bit of a pick set by Wedman. Passed off to Wedman now. Over to Fodchuk. Fodchuk. Stenson. Knocked out of Stenson's stick. Weatherby looking for it. Stenson with a bit of a slash there to knock it loose. And they're going to award it Outlaws ball. Passed up the side to Rogalski. Rogalski now. Left to right. Passed off to Maloney. Maloney gets around Nolski. Stops up to Lee. The top of the zone. Over to Hildebrand. Hildebrand now. Looking. Maloney. 6 seconds on the shot clock with a pass to Greenwood. To Lee. Doesn't go through. Shot clock's about to expire, and it does. They're going to award Crude ball at the top of the Outlaws zone. Walker to Kerr. Kerr, the pick by Fodchuk, passes off. A shot goes wide. Back into Kerr. Penalty forthcoming to the Outlaws as Kerr holds it now. 6-on-5 for the Crude. Tries to get around some defenders. Doesn't. Loses it. Outlaws touch it. And Outlaws going to take a penalty. Crude get the first power play of the third period. To be 2 minutes cross-checking to Alex Wildeboer. 15:45 to go here in the third. Fodchuk gets it started. Over to Kerr. Kerr passes down low, cross pass. The shot by Harris goes wide. Outlaws, Goudreau. He has a breakaway shot and saved by the Crude. There's a penalty coming to the Crude now to Harris for slashing. That was a 17-second power play for the Crude. This 4-on-4 is going to end with a 17-second power play to the Outlaws. Four-on-4 now. Hobday with it. Hobday passed over to Maloney. Now it's over to Tompkins. Tompkins passes in the middle, and the shot by Hobday, the save by Horn. Lee with it on the far side boards, knocked loose, and Blake's coming up with it. Blake now covered by Maloney. Blake makes a pass wide open here for Stenson. Stenson with the shot goes wide into Fodchuk's stick now. Fodchuk, fresh 30 to work with, knocked down. And they're going to award unnecessary roughing, Outlaws ball. Outlaws run up by Rogalski. Rogalski pass over to Greenwood. Greenwood shot, saved by Horn. Crude with it now. McBride. Little defensive play there by Rogalski, but McBride shakes it off. Pass off to Leung. Leung's shot goes into an Outlaws stick. Outlaws, Cutler now, close side boards. Waits for another man to help him. 45 seconds left on the 4-on-4. The pass goes wide. Maloney trying to recollect it. He does. At about the half. Maloney now running it in. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Maloney looks for an open lane, makes a low shot. Wide. 3 seconds on the shot clock. 1-0. That's going to be Crude ball now, deep behind the goal line of the Outlaws. Fodchuk with it, covered by Goudreau. Behind the back pass, finds nobody. 13 seconds left in this 4-on-4. Outlaws with it. Knocked loose. Crude trying to pick it up. They do. And now it's going to be a 17-second Outlaws power play. Blake brings it in. Pass off to Fodchuk. Crude currently short-handed for another 5 seconds. Schaff with it. 17 on the shot clock. Schaff over to Wedman. 5-on-5 once again. Kerr gets a shot off. Dorland with another save. Kerr covered by 2 Outlaws defenders. Fodchuk with a shot wide. And it's going to bounce all the way back to Will Horn. Pass up the middle to Schaff. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Went to Wedman. Wedman with the shot. They do get it on net. Fresh 30 to work with. A little passing around. Kerr with it once again. Kerr with another shot and another save from Dorland. Dorland looking for where it went. Finally, it drops out of his pads. And Outlaws pass up to Rogalski. Hobday with it. Looked for a pass. Couldn't find anybody. Lee picks it up. Trying to get around the Crude defenders, tries to get a shot off. Cut by a little bit. Greenwood with it. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Greenwood. Shot down low, almost trickles in. But Horn got just enough of it. The Crude starting it up here. Searson to Walker. Walker to Harris. Harris passes it off. Stenson, 10 seconds. Tries to go to Kerr. Outlaws knock it loose into the netting. They're going to award that. Should be Crude ball. For some reason, they are awarding that to the Outlaws. I don't know what exactly happened there, but that definitely should have been Crude ball. So the Outlaws get a lucky break there from the refs. Outlaws around the outside. Pass off. Over to Hildebrand. Hildebrand shot way high. Cutler tried to pick it up, but ended up in the stick of Blake. Blake now looking for a breakaway opportunity. Gets a shot off. But it was saved by Dorland. Blake's stick knocked loose. And Cook now with it, the close boards. Makes a quick little pass over to Greenwood. To Maloney. Maloney looking for a lane on the inside. Doesn't find one. Circles back. Makes a pass off to Turner. Turner covered by 2 Crude defenders. Gets a pass off to Hildebrand, who puts it wide. It's going to be Crude ball as it ends up in one of their sticks anyways of Searson. Searson to Wedman on a little bounce pass. Wedman runs it in. Being covered by Hendricks. Wedman to Walker. Walker, 13 seconds on the shot clock, goes high. Fodchuk now with 9. And another wide shot. That's going to be drop into Crude territory. Outlaws are going to get it anyway. A little pass over to Wildeboer and a save by Horn. The Crude pick it up. McBride now. 10-10 to go here in the third period. Crude still down 11-7 on the Outlaws. We're live inside the Jerome McGinley Arena in St. Albert, Alberta. You're watching CROW LAX TV. Fodchuk on the far corner. Pass to Wedman. 7 seconds. Gets a shot off. Into the pads. Wedman picks it back up again. Shot into the stick this time. And it trickled through. And Wedman finds the back of the net. It's now 11-8. The Crude strike first in the third period. Just over halfway through it. 9:46 remaining. Crude still down by 3, but leading the shot clock 44-40. Loose ball off the draw, picked up by Weatherby, who immediately passes it off to Tompkins. Tompkins down to Hildebrand. Hildebrand up to Cutler. Cutler cuts in, gets a shot off, saved by Horn. Crude come away with it. Richardson with it. Pass down low to Fodchuk. Fodchuk with 2 Outlaws defenders still finds his way through. Tries to make a pass to Schaff. Doesn't find Schaff's stick, so Outlaws going to pick it up. Wildeboer with it. Close side. Now in the middle. Looks to make a little pass. He does over to Greenwood. Crude player slams his sticks on the board. Not happy that he couldn't score there. Hobday to Greenwood. Greenwood was knocked off kilter, but threw it into the corner. As Nolski has it now. Nolski was almost driven in by Maloney, but makes his way around. Stops up. Waits for some help to Wedman. Wedman, down low, cut pass. Outlaws with it now. Up to Sutherland. Sutherland over to Cook. Cook stops up. Again, circles out, waits for help, gets a change. Cutler looking to go in. Covered. Circles back. Pass up high to Lee. Lee, 4 seconds on the shot clock. He's got to make something happen really quick here. It's covered by Richardson. Does end up kind of getting a bit of a floater there, but still going to end up with the Crude. Crude pass D to D, up to Schaff now. Schaff off to Walker. Walker, top of the circle. Looks to cut around his man. Can't get through him. It's a little pick set, but covered by a different guy as soon as he gets around him. Walker behind the net, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Crude have to make a shot here. Stenson with a shot. Hits Dorland. Dorland falls on it. And they're going to call a water break timeout. You're watching CROW LAX TV. We'll be back right after this. Hobday going to get this restarted now from deep in Outlaws territory. Back up to Hobday, pass over to Lee, down low to Tompkins. Tompkins with it, holding, waiting. Pass, Maloney. Maloney looking for a lane, doesn't find one. Passes to Tompkins, back to Lee. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Hobday, stick knocked loose out of his hands. Knocked down low, he's being drugged down. There's going to be a huge hit, and we've got a little scrum going now. 2, 3, 4 fights. Players all over hitting the floor, gloves flying everywhere. It's a yard sale here in the Jerome McGinley. Outlaws did not take kindly to Hobday being drugged down by his face. 2, 3 small little scrums break out, and now it's time for the refs to get this one sorted. We'll see how they sort this one out. I'm going to assume they'll probably go 4-on-4, but as a broadcaster, you can never be 100% sure. Crude for sure heading to the box, Dominic Ducharme. Also coming over to the box, another Crude player. It's going to be Dzwanka. Ducharme and Dzwanka both in the box now for the Crude. 2 Outlaws players coming on over as well. Cut open as well coming to the box. That's 44 Grayson Maloney. His lip was absolutely cut. And it looks like Hobday might be coming into the box. Ducharme chirping a little bit. Ref telling him to calm down. Hobday might just be over here to talk to the refs because it looks like now they're sending Cutler into the box instead. Cutler and Maloney in. Hobday also coming into the box. So there's 3 Outlaws players in the box, 2 Crude. Curious to see exactly what these penalties are. Maloney being cut open makes you wonder if the Crude are going to get an extra 2. Another Outlaws player coming over now. Eric Greenwood. Looking to come talk to the referees since Captain Ben Hobday is now in the box. See what they're going to give here. They have it all written down on a handy little, their trusty little notepad that the refs have. Didn't even know they carried a notepad with them, but hey, you learn something new every game apparently. Diswanka checking in on Hobday here. Making sure he's all right. While this gets sorted, we'll head to a short little break. We'll be back shortly. Once again, you're watching CROW LAX TV. Okay. All right, referees have this sorted out. I have the whole rundown for you. While the referees talk to the coaches, here's what we got. Beaumont, Grayson Maloney taking 5 minutes for roughing. Justice Cutler, number 19, taking 5 minutes for roughing. And 77, Ben Hobday, taking 2 minutes for roughing. On the Crude side, number 15, Dominic Ducharme, is taking 5 for face masking. And 2 minutes for roughing. And number 16, Tyson Diswanka, is taking 5 minutes for roughing. That's the whole breakdown here. It is going to be 5-on-5. Nothing's going up on the clock. Unfortunately, that does mean Ducharme is out for the rest of the game as he has 7 minutes in penalties, 6:58 remaining here in the third. Everybody else is going to come out at some point. We'll find out when. So, a bit of a little interesting scrum that ends up in a 5-on-5. And I mean, I know for my broadcast partner, Colton, he's running the camera tonight. We were discussing this. We couldn't figure out exactly what these penalties are. I'm glad I'm not in the ref situation. I could not be a ref. I couldn't. So we're going to get a face-off in the center dot here. Start it back up again, just under 7 minutes to go, 6:58 remaining here in the game. Outlaws up 11-8. And here we go once again. Loose ball off the draw, picked up by the Outlaws. Outlaws running it in quickly, shot. A nice save by Horn. That save on Marcus Hildebrand. Outlaws keep possession of it. Hendricks with it now. Hendricks to Hildebrand. Hildebrand knocked off kilter, doesn't hit his stick. It's going to be passed off to Turner, and that doesn't hit him. Walker trying to get up to it. He can't beat Hendricks there, but Hendricks keeps it loose. Doesn't want to touch it as the shot clock's about to expire, and there it goes. Crude going to get a change off as they restart here. Kerr with it to start. 6:15 to go. Pass off to Leung. Leung over to Stenson. Stenson now looked for a lane, cut back around. Leung with a shot and a save by Dorland. Up now to Weatherby. Weatherby. Pass off to Lee. Lee knocked down. No penalty coming up. The Crude pick it up. Nolski with it. Close side boards. An awkward high pass to Schaff doesn't make it into his stick. And the Outlaws pick up the loose ball. Outlaws fumble it, but still get a pass off up high. Wildeboer waiting. Once again cuts back, tells them to settle down a little bit. Hendricks. And the ball somehow ends up near the Outlaws bench, and Lee's going to bring it in. Lee, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Tompkins needs to make a shot here. And they just quite don't. And there is a penalty coming up here to the Crude. Looks like a slashing coming up. And the Outlaws are going to have another power play. Zaxton Blake taking that penalty. So far, all the power play goals tonight have come in the first period. Outlaws so far are 2 for 6. The Crude are 1 for 4. Outlaws, Turner. Passes it off on the outside over to Hildebrand. Hildebrand over to Lee. Lee down low. It's Tompkins. Pass back, shot, and scores. And the Outlaws with another power play goal. 12-8 for the Outlaws now. Referees having another little discussion. Don't know what exactly they're discussing, but you know, it's been a weird game, so they could be discussing anything at this point. We get set for another face-off. Harris versus Williams in the circle. And here we go. 4:37 to go. Picked up by Hildebrand in the Crude zone. Hildebrand now circles back with a pass to Greenwood. Hobday is now out of the box for the Crude as well. Make a little diving play there. That was Eric Tompkins. And there's a penalty coming up now. Looks like to the Outlaws. Maybe to the Crude. We'll see. Crude taking another penalty. Bad timing for the Crude to be taking all these calls. It's taking 2 minutes for cross-checking. That's going to be Cale Harris. Harris pleading his case. Slams his stick on the boards. As the ref does not accept his argument as to why he should not have gotten that call. Crude fans chirping the refs yet again. Outlaws moving it around the outside. Looking for a shot, and Lee with the goal. Another quick work, and Lee gets the Hattie. 13-8. Seven seconds it took the Outlaws to score on that power play. And we're back started once again. Outlaws almost win it. Crude coaching staff wanting a penalty there, as one of the Crude players was knocked down. Cook with it. Off to Greenwood. Greenwood and Hobday. The little fake. Lee to Hobday. Hobday down low. The little extra shot there. Searson gives to Lee. Nothing happening though. Crude passing it down low. 3:40 remaining here in the third period as McBride passes it to Harris. Harris bounce pass to Walker. Walker gets a shot off, goes wide. 7 seconds left on their shot clock as the Outlaws pick it up. Wildeboer has a breakaway. And a save there from Horn. Crude pick it up. Now run into the zone by Will Drader. Drader taking a couple shots to Schaff as Drader goes for a change now. Schaff with it. Down in the close corner. Covered. Little bit of a hold. Shoved down. Ref says nope, no penalty. Rogalski picks it up. Takes a bit of a shot in the back from Harris. Referee doesn't call anything. Rogalski is just getting pushed and shoved around. They finally call an unnecessary roughing, give it to the Outlaws. Cook with it. Passes off to Hobday. 2:26 to go here in the third period. Outlaws up 13-8. Lee. Tompkins. Circles around to Hobday. Hobday. Quick pass over to Greenwood. Greenwood with a quick shot. Ends up in Turner's stick. Hobday now again. As another Crude player, or Outlaws player, knocked down. Another shove here. One Crude player for sure heading to the box. Richardson telling Smith, hey, take it easy. Don't take another unnecessary penalty. Outlaws now. It's going to be 4 minutes for hit from behind to number 24, Brighton Searson. Takes a penalty to end this game. 2:03 to go. Outlaws just going to try and pad the score sheet a little bit here. Hildebrand is going to get this started. One of the Outlaws' parents went to talk to Searson. Searson had some choice words for her. Hobday with it. Passing around to Lee. Hildebrand. Hobday. Hobday blocked. Little bit of a loose ball now. Crude trying to come away with it, but Outlaws do come up with it. Fresh 30 to work with. Minute 38 to go here in the game. Turner. Hobday. To Hildebrand. Hildebrand fakes. Hobday. Pass across. Lee with a shot. Saved by Horn. McBride picking it up. McBride going to run it up. Short-handed. McBride, long pass across to Leung. Makes it into his stick, a cut pass that tried to make it through to Kerr. Outlaws now probably just going to try and kill the clock as we have 1 minute to go here in the third period. Rogalski passing off to Hildebrand. Hildebrand slowly to Hobday. Hobday back to Hildebrand. Hildebrand to Greenwood. Passes off to Lee to Hobday. Shot. And Crude ball. 35.6 to go here in the game. As Wedman brings it in. Sorry, that's Smith, not Wedman. My mistake. Smith to Harris. Harris, covered by 3 Outlaws defenders, keeps possession of it. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Makes a shot, goes wide. That's going to end up in a Crude stick. They're going to drop it. That's going to go to the Outlaws. 7.5 to go. Outlaws just going to kill the rest of the game. And the Outlaws take the win here inside the Jerome Iginla Arena. Final score, 13-8. Outlaws over the Crude. This game had everything going back and forth, multiple ties, multiple fights, but in the end, the Outlaws stick to their game, pull out the win, beat the Crude by 5. Crude now dropped to 3-6-0. Outlaws up to 3-5-0, which means the Outlaws do now overtake the Crude for third in the North. That's going to do it from here inside the Jerome Aginla Arena. Make sure to tune in tomorrow, 2:30 p.m., Mounties visiting the Edmonton Warriors. That is going to be a great game. Mohamed Joma has the play-by-play for you tomorrow from inside the Bill Hunter Arena. For my broadcast partner, Colton, I'm Keenan, wishing you a good night, and thank you for watching CROW LAX TV.